Sagittarius, what's going on? This is Madam X here with Frequency Real Radio. Gosh, you guys got cards kind of flying out my hand. You know, I put my flyouts back in the deck, and if they come out again, it's meant to be. I hope you guys aren't turning people down left and right. You guys may be saying to heck with any emotional side. You know, those offers that are being brought to you are all bad and you're not accepting. So bad offers, you're not interested in any bad offers across the board, whether it's in love, business, or whatever have you. I would have had the cards on the table already, but I like shuffling the cards on the video because I'm working within a time constraint, and to make sure I don't make this video too long this time, I'm going to get right to the cards. So I'm going to really kind of skip the astrology just for this video because I've got to get to something else. So I'm going to skip the astrology right now, and I'm going to put the cards, go ahead and shuffle the cards and deal them. I hope you guys have been doing okay. Check out my other videos. I do astrology videos on celebs, on hot issues and things like that, just to give real life examples of some of the zodiac personalities that we come across and we see played out on a bigger screen, on a wider, to a wider audience, so people that you can identify with and recognize, to see how zodiac characteristics play out in our personalities. And I'm telling you, Sagittarius, you really are disappointed in something that had to do with a love relationship, and something that had to do with your emotions and some kind of offer, some kind of person. You may have been, it may be you doing the disappointing, or it may be you disappointing to somebody else. Maybe you realize things weren't what you thought they were. So, you have to move on. You don't necessarily want to move on from a person, and it's causing you some hurt and to feel kind of lost and alone. And that could be with another fire sign like yourself, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or it could be with a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. So not quite sure what's going on there just yet, Sagittarius, but I'm sure everything is going to look up. You guys just keep a positive outlook. So we're about to see, not quite sure just yet, but let's go ahead and lay the cards, and then we'll be able to tell what is going on with Sagittarius. So before I do, let me just shuffle this romance deck. I'm using the Rider-Waite and the Doreen Virtue Romance Oracle deck. And again, guys, check out my other videos, because I do other interesting videos, and check back for my website, which will be up back soon, with all kind of natural products, herbs, crystals, and all of those kind of things. Yeah. And Sagittarius, this may have been a relationship. It may be something you've been somebody you've been involved with for a while, or just the negative feelings or the negative emotions. Maybe it's treatment that you're used to getting, and you're finally saying, like, I had enough. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is a love reading. If career and family and other things come out, I speak about those things. I'm feeling this is geared toward love. I'll see when I lay the cards. But no matter what this has to do with, it's your job, your endeavors, things you're pursuing, creative talents, or a person. It just looks like you're ready to move on to something more positive and stop going through some of the same old bullshit. So let's see what it's really talking about, Sagittarius. 1 second, I'm just laying your cards now. Got like a good 15 minutes to get this done. All right. Okay. One of the cards did come back out, which was the Knight of Cups, and it came out upright. I have a feeling a lot of the fire sign, a lot of the Sagittariuses, you are either dealing with another fire sign such as yourself, or you're dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And it's like you guys have been in a really good place. I feel like you've been feeling very victorious. So you've had some accomplishments. Whether those accomplishments, you were in a state of feeling good about your relationships. So whatever love relationship this is in, you really look at this person as if they're a gift to you. They are very open, emotionally open. Somebody did put an offer on a table of love and emotions, and like I said, I felt as if okay, it's gonna go one or two ways for different Sagittarius out there, because hundreds of thousands of people watch the readings. There are some Sagittarius who have had some issues in the past, who have had some burdens in the past in their love relationships. Maybe you were single, maybe you weren't with anybody, maybe you finally decided to move on and let go of some things, or maybe you were still stuck in the past. For those who are kind of letting go of their burdens, taking stock of what they have right where they are and going inside, kind of searching inside, you guys may have met another person, a water sign. You may be moving away from an earth sign. Maybe you were dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or you're moving towards a water sign. There's a water sign that's heavy on your mind, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and you're trying to see if you can make things work. Just kind of trying to get to know them. You feel like something really, really good is going on, and this, you could be moving into a relationship that you aren't typically used to. So maybe, this relationship is getting on a better ground. You're starting to trust this person, and you're trying to work things out so that they're being done fairly, and maybe this person is asking for you to give more of yourself, and you are trying to relate to this person emotionally, because Sagittarius, you guys have no issue being single. You move around a lot, you're always doing something, always into something, so the way you are and the way this person is could be very different, but there's no denying there are some feelings there, but it may be some things where it comes to sharing things on an equilibrium, you being in touch with their emotions and them being in touch with your physicality, and kind of keeping up with you when it comes to sort of the outside world and what you guys do in the physical realm. And at the same time, there may be some money issues, just some give and take between you two that may be sort of standing in the way of the relationship a little bit. Now, for the other group of Sagittariuses who may have a water sign person, even possibly an earth sign person, but you guys, and like I said, the fire signs, I feel like this is you really are dealing with fire signs and water signs. That's what I primarily think it is. And no matter what this synopsis is, which category of this reading you fall into, there's something that has to be brought into balance. There's a give and take that has to be sorted out, whether that's a give and take of emotions. Somebody has some financial issues that you're trying to build upon and try to focus on. So maybe you're trying to focus on your career and you're not so much focused on the relationship because of things you've been through in the past. You kind of got to decide. I would say if you have a relationship and you have somebody that cares about you, there's a way you can pursue your professional passions and you can pursue the relationship. You just have to figure out what that balance is and what that equilibrium is, because for a certain group of Sagittarius, I feel like you really have somebody out there that's there for you, that cares for you, and it could really be a stable relationship and a good relationship, and the intentions are good. If you're wondering if the intentions from the water sign are good, then they are definitely good intentions, and you could be walking away from a fire sign or an earth sign and going towards a water sign and really exploring that relationship with the water sign, and finally opening it up and saying, hey, maybe I have to change the way I do some things. Like I said, you either have to find that balance between your career and your love life, or you have to find that balance between who you are and who that person is, because you're so different, and find a way to make that come together. For the other group of Sagittarius is out there, you could just be walking away, like I said, from the fire signs and the earth signs. Maybe you're realizing that your emotional needs are not getting met. Not that Sagittarius gets stuck in emotional realm and they're always emotional, but you may realize that there's not a fair balance. There's too much burdens from the past. This person is too emotional for you. If you're dealing with a water sign or a fire sign, they may have their emotions may not be balanced. Their emotions, may have made some mistakes and hurt your feelings in the past of this relationship, and you just feel like you want to give up. So if that is the case, Sagittarius, I would say there's definitely some brighter things coming in the future. You got to find that balance. If you're feeling like you want to give up on a fire sign or whoever it is you're dealing with, if you've been through some things with them in the past, you've been dealing with them for months or years, and it's not working, say 6 months, 6 years or something like that, and it's not working, I suggest you move on, because it really is about, a lot of things are about balance for you in this reading. Like I said, whether that's your finances, whether that's your emotions, or balancing your body and your spirit, finding a balance between the things this time you spend outside your home and with the people inside your home. So it's really about the number 6 for Sagittarius. It is about that balance. It is about stability. It is about judging what's fair and what's equal, and having equal give and take in your relationships, and an equal give and take to yourself. And having that balance and finding that equal give and take between relationships and yourself is saying, if somebody has put me through a whole bunch of bullshit in the past, you're not going to continue to go through it. You're going to move on. And if you move on, if you take that step forward, you will be happy, and you will have your emotional cups fulfilled again. But you just have to realize it is about being fair. It is about thinking about the roles you played and the part you played in these situations too, and moving on from there. Sagittarius, I really hope you enjoyed this short reading. If you wanted to know your cards on the table, you have the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the King of Cups, the 10 of Wands in reverse, King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the Worth Waiting For. This could be the one in romantic feelings oracle cards. If you guys have any questions, email me at tarothelpnow@gmail.com. Check the links below if you want to get a reading that is much more tailored to you and your personal situations that you're going through. I feel like this came out very specific for Sagittarius, whether it's a Sagittarius men or Sagittarius women. I feel a lot of water energy dealing with the Cancer, the Scorpio, or the Pisces, and also dealing with your own emotions and finding that stability and how to relate to people who may be different to you, because that relationship is really worth exploring, or how to balance those emotions and walk away from situations that definitely aren't serving you, because I'm feeling like some of you do want to give up on some of these situations and people you've been dealing with. Thank you for tuning in to Frequency Real Radio. Deuces, Sagittarius. Love you. Have a great July.